Hey guys, it's me, it's Jem. Hey guys. Hey, so I'm in Gloucester. I'm on my own today. My mum's actually decided to branch off from me, given how well the last couple of vlogs have gone, and make her own YouTube channel. She thinks she's too good for me now. I'm joking. She just couldn't make it today. If you are like a couple of my friends who clearly only watch my vlogs because my mum is adorable, then you might want to turn it off now. Although I am wearing this jumper that she made. I'm practically her at this point, so you should carry on watching. So after the journey that I just did, I've come to the conclusion that I'm also really sorry that the steering wheel's in the way, but I'm just too lazy to hold my phone, and there's a little holder for it in my car. After the journey I just did, I've come to the conclusion that I don't like 4-lane motorways. It's just absolute chaos. It's almost like it went from 3 lanes to 4 lanes, and people who normally hog the middle lane just went, huh, it's the second lane now, not a middle lane, I can just sit in it and cruise along. No, you can't. Tuck in. You're ruining it for the rest of us. You're making a laugh out of the flow we've got going. Either that, or I was just driving like a prick and thought it was everybody else's problem. Could be true. So I'm in Gloucester, and today is World Mental Health Day. So happy World Mental Health Day, although when you watch this it won't be World Mental Health Day anymore. But with the kind of times we live in now, every day is kind of like that, which is the way it should be. For people living with mental health problems, every day is a mental health day. So every day should be an awareness of Mental Health Day. It's part of the Gloucester Poetry Festival that I'm here for, and the event that I'm part of tonight is called Headspace. I'm really excited to do it. I really need a wee. I've been on the road for like an hour and a bit, and then had to stand around in the car park waiting to get a ticket because it was free after 6 PM, and I was here at like 6 minutes to 6, so I like loitered around really needing a wee for a while, and then needed to record this. So I still haven't peed, and now it's an 8-minute walk to the Fountain Inn, which is where the gig is. So I'm now gonna hold my wee for another 8 minutes, you didn't need to know this, whilst I go to the gig.
Good evening.
Evening.
Our mental health is just like physical health. Everybody has it, and we need to take care of it. Mental health problems affect 1 in 4 people in any given year. They range from common problems such as depression and anxiety to rarer problems such as schizophrenia or bipolar. We all need to take care of our mental health and well-being, whether we have a mental health problem or not. Jason, can you do one?
Yeah, you do one.
Can you do one?
Jason, do one.
Sunlight can burn, tired eyes lost in daylight, searching for clarity in a watery haze.
Sadness, my friend, seeps under the skin, slips between your lips whenever you speak of them.
I gave you then a token that I care, a bloom that showed you were much adored.
But death is just a passing thing, a body of transitioning. The butterfly is new.
I circled the earth in waves of light, my dark side hidden from view. Later I waned when the neap tide came, and the sun died for the day.
Like so many, I started writing when I had no stomach left for fighting, and merely felt like fleeing as a broken, battered being.
It was in the embrace of a feathered mattress. The bites took hold, clamped into muscles, wrapping a victim in silence as a beauty slept and children stirred.
We watched it all in black and white. They say if you remember the 60s, you weren't really there, but the moon landing I recall very well, watching it from my armchair.
Tanya's poems are often described as witty, extremely rude, and quite tactless.
Clive, you just look like you've come from a Star Trek convention. Come and hear my poetry, I cried. We're all deaf, they lied. No matter how loud I was, they didn't hear, as they'd all stuck cotton wool in their ears. Come and hear my poetry, I cried. We don't want to, they all replied. So I realised one way to make them listen and look, and stuck the whole lot up on Facebook. Right, this one's about a poultry show, it's nothing else, it is just about a poultry show. Farmer Brown stood in the poultry tent taking stock, and he had to admit there were some pretty fine cock. Competition would be stiff to get first prize, and this was a challenge to which his cock would need to arise. So anyway, this one's called like an ode to the lone dogger.
Where's this?
There you are, the lone dogger, hunting in the bushes like a shark. You stand there, hands in pockets, scanning for single men in the park. One day we were on shift and this guy came in and he said, "Can I have half a pint for my missus?" And I was like, yeah, gets you half a pint, glass out, starts pouring like half a pint lager, whatever it was. And then he goes, "Oh no, not in that glass. Have you got like a special girls, like women's glass?" And I was like, "Do you realise like we just have like normal hands that can just like do stuff with? Like, it shall be small, so as to not take up too much room. It shall be pink, bright fuchsia pink with pink illustrations."
Just pretend I'm not here.
There's a camera! There's a camera!
Slid softly down his face. The most beautiful mistake she had ever made. Her arms wrapped gently around his shade.
I'm really glad we had a break in between my set and Tanya's because I was so into your set I forgot all of my words. So I'm really glad I had 5 minutes in between. She will cling to you. She will consume you. She will rip off your roof, leaving you exposed to who knows who because she believes it could be good for you. Opening up to places you never knew existed. Her judgment may be twisted, but her mystery can't be resisted. Her patterns can't be predicted. Her actions can't be restricted. Yeah, go for it.
You've just described my ex-wife and my divorce.
Brilliant. That's promising for my life. 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Excuse me while I break it down. Sorry. I mean while I have a breakdown. Banging the head against a brick wall used to be an expression. These days it's a mechanism to cope with the aggression, the obsession, the depression that sure is manic, volcanic, at times satanic, the hellish look in my eyes when it's time to panic, as muscle conscious and conscious scramble to establish a more attuned dynamic, and emotional pain so intense. I use physical pain in self-defense. I will break in front of you so you know it's okay too. Because I used to be the one who thought a smile spoke the truth, so I know it's possible to update a lifelong view. And 2 people who have updated their lifelong views for me are my parents. I moved back in with them when I got really mentally unwell. And trying to understand someone who couldn't have a conversation must have been really difficult. So I tried to communicate with them through poetry. How can I feel like you're trying to reduce my rights when you're trying to reduce my pain? How can I feel like you're holding me back when you're holding back the knife from my vein? You're gathering me back together and I'm giving you one more wrinkle for every time my silence increases the strain, and I'm sorry. The day I began to lose my mind, I began to find myself. That is when I realised it is okay to ask for help. Even if it means waking someone up, self-sabotage is enticing, but it is a relief when someone interrupts. See, 2 steps forward and 1 step back is not a royal fuck-up, it is still 1 step forward. So I take the bad with the good, and I embrace my disordered and awkward.
Chloe thinks name-dropping is really uncool. She has supported artists such as Elvis McGonagall and Hollywood Nish. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the incredible Chloe Jacquet.
Looking for a fix? I've got some of the highest grade shit. Come over here. Seriously, it's some of the finest gear you'll find on the street. It's pure, uncut, 100% neat. I've got the stuff that will blow your mind. the trippy psychedelic kind. It's called Allen Ginsberg. You take it by the line and I guarantee you a bloody good time. Before long the kids will be saying, "Mum, I'm Brexit," or "Dad, this museum is really Brexit." And the parents will be like, "Well, if you're so Brexit, why don't you and your sister go and play outside or something, go invent a game?" Sometimes depression is bloody attractive. Because it's fucking easy. It's so fucking easy to fall into that, and it's so much harder to get out of it. I know it pins me down, so it's hard to move, but that kind of suits because action is hard. My depression is a relief. It is in charge, so I no longer have to be. Yes, it is dull and painful, but it is familiar and easy. If I compare myself to Batman, I will always be Robin. If I compare myself to Robin, I will always be Little John. So I am trying to be my own hero, not my self-chastising nemesis. Thou art thyself definitely a Johnson. What's a Johnson? 'Tis no hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, but another part belonging to a man. Oh, you bear well thy name. What's in the name? That which we call a trump by any other name would smell as foul.
Wow. Go fuck thyself, yeah. Well, that's the end of the poetry, folks.
Whoa.
Good night.
This is the way my sat-nav wants to take me. And it's dark, and I don't know where I am. So how about no? I will walk this way instead, where there's a police car.